안녕하십니까. I hope you are doing well. Today we're going to continue from the Korea independent in August 1945. We have a Mudokwan Dojang opening in 3 months later, which is 1945 on November 9, founded by the Grandmaster Hwang. During that time, because we didn't have a government, although we're independent, it takes 3 years to build a government. So it was, you can imagine how the chaos of the society. The Mudokwan was founded during those times. He named the Mudokwan name of his school, so school or institute, the training Mu and Dok. But he didn't know what to name the name of the art, because his lack of knowledge in the Korean history and culture based on his background of the growing. So he named Hwa Sudo. Hwa means flower, Su means hand, Do means way. So he tried to use the name Hwa Sudo. Is not familiar with in public, but it's not helping him to promote his dojang. So later he using name together along with Hwasudo, which is called Tangsudo. Tangsudo is a little more familiar to the public during that time due to the Japanese occupation. Tangsu is pronounced in karate. So since he's using the both name, he will get a little more friendlier response from the public, and then his dojang start growing. During that time in 1945, along with the Mudokwan, there's other schools opened up, such as like Cheongdokwan and Yeonmugwan, Songmugwan, and YMCA Kwanpopu and Mudokwan. Those 5 dojang became the Oge Gigan Dojang. That means 5 original schools in Korea. Although this day so many schools and styles in Korea, they all come from the 5 original styles. As we founders dojang, the Mudokwan is growing. By 1949, the Mudokwan produced the first 4 Dan member. So founder assigned the most senior Dan number 1, next Dan number 2 and 3 and 4, and explained that this is very important disciplinary respect in system in the Mudokwan. Please keep this important discipline throughout the Mudokwan history, and still is going on the Danbon system. Another significant thing is 1949, the founder published the Hwasudo Gyobon, which means Hwasudo textbook for the members to get not only working on the physical aspect of it, or the intellectual and mental aspect of the training. That's probably one of the most, actually the most modern martial art book ever published in Korea. And Mudokwan seems to be a good stage now to continue progress there. However, unfortunately, we had to facing another tragedy in Korean history, which is Korean War, took place on June 1950. Next video session, we're going to be continue moving from the 1954 and 1961, which is a Mudokwan prime period. So they will talk about what made the Mudokwan make it such a strong organization at that time. Okay, continue, we're going to talking about some the connection in action in our training. We discuss about your mind, body, elbow, and hand. When you do hands technique, when you do kicking exercise, your mind connected to direct the body direct to your knee direct to the foot. That's kind of relations. As you can see, that when you're standing naturally, your elbow kind of embodied it naturally around the body. So it's a very natural position and very relaxed position. So it can be comfortable just by turning the hip and then kind of moving forward and block and so on. But when you do one of the common mistake in observing it, when you, for example, in hadan maki, maybe some does a preparation of this high here. That will kind of motivate moving your arm, upper body to the technique. Sometimes it disturbs your balance and it creates your tension in yourself. So from this position, if you can engaging, be aware about the elbow gonna come closer to the hori motion here, just gonna connecting when you do the technique here, then make sure you can make your motion a little more solid and stronger. Okay. Same thing, the 밖에서 하는 바퀴, the blocking up here, it motivates your body moving a lot of upper body, and then it make it disturbing some of the harmony of the motion. Rather from here, you can engage the place on the hori a little closer, so they can be a technique, can be coming from here, the motion here, that we engage your force, carry the force of your power of the hip into the blocking action. Same thing, not only for the, therefore the elbow position is very, very important. It seems to be when you hands technique, keep your elbow gravity down. When you foot technique, bring your knee upward toward the higher. So hands technique, elbow should go down. Foot technique, should the knee goes up. When you, as a like 앞차넣기, you're going to do that. You're from here, your knee going to be invited by the hori position, bring up here. And knee going to be pushed, kicked out, initiate a hori position. Foot going to respond by your knee and all the expansion. And when you come back, your knee has to come back to here into the motion rather than just foot bring back. So hip, direct your knee, come back to position here, and then coming down. So even when you're kicking exercise, you can all day throw over here, and then return. So you can carry that relations. So it was a kind of history, and this technical explanation is kind of brief now. When it give you a chance to continue work with you, in more repetition, and can receive some of your questions and answer, so they can have a better understanding in the history and the knee. Please have your hold some of the questions until we meet together training after all this pandemic is over. I hope you find some values for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next video. 감사합니다.